पहले मैच में विकेट किया, लेट खेला, स्वीपर को बहुत काम करना होगा। अभी से सब्सिट्यूट फील्डर रियान पर वो भरोसा देखा नहीं है सीजन जडेजा की गेंदबाजी पर खास करके।
टीम में डिफेंडर होता ही है, अगर आप थोड़ा इस सोच से जाएंगे अच्छी शॉट और ये कैप में 4 रन मिलेगा
जी हाँ राजेश, आपका करियर है और से पार करने का एक हम जिया चलिए जान चलिए और खेलों के लिए Apple size round मिलेंगे। Over to you राजेश। Apple size they don't catch fire।
Super striker of the match. बहुत सुंदर बच्ची उनके साथ आने की कोशिश में 247 उनके बल्ले से स्ट्राइक रेट दोनों इस लिस्ट में सेंचुरियन पहले स्थान पर जो प्राचीन खुला अटैक में सीधे पे रखा गया था फील्डर ईशान किशन के सामने, जो प्राचीन दूसरे स्पेल के पहली गेंद सेट बैटर ईशान किशन को कर दिया चलता।
ब्रेक थ्रू इम्पोर्टेंट था यहाँ पे राजस्थान के लिए, और प्राचीन फिर से ब्रेक थ्रू देते हुए ईशान किशन शॉट गेंद तेज आया, अभी हाथ से निकल गया, अच्छी कैच हो गई। ईशान किशन
So bring it on. Like expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement's already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, we're underway.
For the ultimate model of consistency and longevity, there is the perfect example in front of us.
He goes on forever, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's why they call him the tractor. He just plows on and on with boundless energy.
Rubeninger. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rui Costa. Ajaooooo. Now it's Messi. Rui Costa. Driving forward. Ronaldinho, this is promising. Messi. Now it's Messi. Cafu. Oh, that's nice.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers. Don't concede the opening.
Messi. Good chance here. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. That's a reprieve for the time being. England have the chance to go the other way. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Santos clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be...
Gets his head on it! Goal! England! England take the lead! It was wonderfully efficient.
It all came from some really smart movement, Peter. The defence let themselves down by not picking them up. The boss won't be amused.
England have penetrated for the first time.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Cruyff quietly revving up. It's Rui Costa. Rui Costa, what will turn the finish? Sensational from Eto! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Messi going forward. Could be danger here. Has another go. And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Santos have their second corner now. Towering header. Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Messi. The referee has blown for half-time. We'll back on the first 45 minutes.
England clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this. So they have to be alert.
England looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time.
Substitution in progress.
And we get things going again. Cruyff.
England really are a team that like to break lines.
Yeah, they love doing that, and it does work.
Yeah, plenty of balls in behind, Peter. Just needs to find the right run now.
Simic. That's an imaginative pass. Chiellini. Rui Costa. Ronaldinho can see things others simply cannot. Squeeze it through. Nicely intercepted. England with this handy-looking 2-0 lead. They are looking comfortable. Oh, easy pickings there. Baresi. And it's Rijkaard. Ball played for Rijkaard. 60 minutes played. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Forlan. Baresi. And it's Cruyff. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Stood up well to him there. Santos have it back and can go again. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Messi. And here's Shevchenko. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
इतनी ऊपर गई थी, जज नहीं कर पाए और मौका मिल गया नीतीश कुमार रेड्डी को।
आज काफी सारे मैचेस छूटे हैं छोड़ते हैं तो फिर आज के दिन फील्डर के लिए खराबी है।
इतना आसान मतलब रेगुलेशन कैच था जगह के लिए। अभिषेक शर्मा के खिलाफ घटना तो गेम नहीं दिखी थी पॉइंट पर। इस बार विजय शर्मा बहुत ऊपर गई थी, वो संपर्क भी हो पाया हाथों का और गेम का खड़ा किया था वैसे वो पेस भी चलते हुए। बिल्कुल और पूरी के साथ आगे
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Things already rolling. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. It's a right card, kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, that's fabulous. And here's Eto'o. Always played it. Batistuta! Gets it away. Still a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Batistuta. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Ronaldinho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Great vision. Knocks it into space. It's Ronaldinho! Berry. Chiellini. Baresi. Engages and forces him off the ball. Couldn't squeeze it through. And here's Eto'o. Now it's Batistuta. He's Batistuta! Oh, it's come off the upright. Koundé clears. Now it's Ronaldinho. Goulet. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. 8 beyond the defence. Berry. Rijkaard. Tries to play it through. It's Arda Goulet. Time, excellent interception. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it was a half of good haves and should haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
And now to all members of
Neither side has found a way through yet.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. So let's get the ball rolling.
England are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And here's Batistuta. Thread
Gets one in. McAllister defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Ronaldinho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's found a way through.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Schlotterbeck spots it and intercepts.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
53.
Pirlo. And it's Ronaldinho. And here's Batistuta. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Batistuta must have made the worst possible choice there. It was crunch.
Henry! And he's stuck it away. And there is your opener. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he got top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Substitution for Inter. Number 8. Shevchenko.
So we have movement on both benches.
Yeah, it was pretty clear the manager's not been getting what he wants out of his players, so a substitution was always going to come. I think it could have been sooner.
Inter Milan have fired themselves in front.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Now that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And here's Shevchenko.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
He's picked his way through. England with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that.
England really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Now it's Neymar. And he's gone long. Oh, can he get onto this? Well, it's Batistuta. Ronaldinho, rapid and full of intent. Gets his head on it!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. England really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Neymar, shot a goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Neymar with the short one.
Been indicated.
It's Zanetti. I think they're done. They are done. Quite a game. It was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal.
একটু খেলবে আচ্ছা আমার থেকে খেলবে নিচে না নিচে খেলবে না নিচে আটশোলা ফাটশোলা বেরিয়ে যাবে কখরোচ বেরালে কি হবে
Is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Arsenal.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Robert Lewandowski.
Oh, great leap! Oh, not the best of headers.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Benny. And Araujo. Beckenbauer. Benny. Great defending, strong and determined. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Mbappe. And this is shapes to shoot! Goal! Arsenal! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, the idea was a good one.
The execution of it, not quite so. His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they're only right to be.
Now it's Mbappe. Now what about a counter-attack? Ambitious ball here. This is De Bruyne. Oh, shooting chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. That has been knocked clear. In towards the back stick. Baresi can get it clear. And the volley. Oh, he's missed it.
Rijkaard clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
That's been intercepted.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Great vision. Rummenigge picks it up out wide. Ajaooooo has it out wide and in space. And he shoots. England are back in business. Was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, deny accuracy.
Just way too little. The keeper was never going to stop him.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Get a throw in. Ajaooooo tries to pass it through, looking for the far post. Oh, good effort! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Oh, this looks sharp. Chiellini. And it's Rijkaard.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
We are into stoppage time. That's a cute ball. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
I'd like to draw your attention to
First
the
half
screen.
thoughts?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. De Bruyne! Hakimi. And it's McAllister. Nicely weighted ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got... And the finish! Goal! Arsenal! And again they hit the front. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Zanetti.
England choosing to make the first change. Arsenal with the lead. Oh, Red, nice interception. England needing a change of fortune here. Ferry kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rashford, De Bruyne, nice bit of skill, and he's away. And he's taking no chances there. Pirlo can so cleverly bypass the press. Now, can they get him away? England are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should they need a rise. Neto is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Beckenbauer does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And he shoots! And that's it! It's level again! What a match we have for England!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Just about within shooting range. Hernandez. McAllister. Just no time to dwell on the ball there.
Arsenal really are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Looking to play him in. Oh, no joy this time. He is slightly undercooked, that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And he cuts out the supply. Ferry kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
It's Lewandowski.
There will be 3
well
minutes
measured.
added
He
time.
had to make that, and he did make it. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that's well spotted. That's an imaginative pass. And that signals the end. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective.
Football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar, who really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. He's having a shot! It's in! The
listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Brazil are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Knocks it into space. Rummenigge making good progress on the right-hand side. He's put a shade too much on that. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Pirlo. And here's Rui Costa.
Rui Costa really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to...
And the shot! Nice interception, well timed. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Del Piero. Now it's Villa, spread it left. Rashford, rapid and full of intent. Oh, such a clever touch. And they've got rid. And he's only too happy to take that back. Beckenbauer did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Brazil are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
Rui Costa. Neymar. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And this is Eto'o. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
Oh, outsmarting him this time. Rui Costa. David Villa. Can he get it through? Oh, he's onto this. An uncompromising challenge. David Villa is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Villa, and he's running through, and he was alert to it. Baresi with the clearance. Rui Costa. Nicely weighted ball. That's the end of the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. England come in leading by just the odd goal.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
England can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. The second half is up and running. England leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Roberto Carlos, a player who needs no introduction. It's good running with the ball. Just eases him off the ball. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. England are still that goal to the good. Now it's Villa. Now this could be a chance. He might be in, shapes to shoot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! He's got away with one there. Not the best distribution from the keeper. And it's Beckham. That's going right the way across. Now it's Doku. Doku will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, robust challenge. Pirlo clears without hesitation. Van Dijk. Morris ended up in no man's land. So Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Rummenigge. Oh, just Rummenigge! Rummenigge! That is just brilliant! A finish right from the top ball. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
There's the shot! And it's there! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Good play on the left-hand side here. Doku going face-to-face with his great rival. Nice control. Can he get on the end of this? It's Rui Costa! Oh, good finish. Just cruising. They are cruising.
Was there ever any doubt? Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Searching pass he's played there. And we're done. This is a side which is purring, picture perfect, to win. They will relish having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Rummenigge voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Happy wedding anniversary for one of
Any
our
reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the look on the